following the schedules of the Security Council guides the manifesto of the United Nations, Malta will preside the Security Council for the month of February 2023. The Prime Minister of Malta mentioned about adherence of the UN Charter and acknowledged the significance of digital inclusion of the significant issue of climate justice and sustainable development. The New Year 2023 message by United Nations Secretary General emphasized on peaceful world order, respect for human rights, and development. Then Mozambique will preside the Security Council in March 2023. Russian Federation will preside the Security Council in April 2023. It is remarkable that almost all of the delegates to the United Nations advocates for obedience of the United Nations Charter and promotion of peaceful multilateral cooperation for economic and social development. They sometimes categorize the member countries on such ventures of interventions which may cause eruption of violent clash or increase the vulnerability of exposure to the life-threatening exposures to the chemical or biological agents. It reflects the consolidation of their consensus and shared commitments to improve the systematic functioning and welfareness of the nature of governance across the globe, which may support for ensuring protection of the fundamental rights of the people and improve the ease of living for them. The sense of awareness and are expressed shared concerns for the issue related with the other nations, reflects their shared commitments for peaceful partnership. Switzerland will preside the UNSC in May 2023. Further, I reviewed the address to the United Nations by President of the Switzerland addressing the 77th session of the General Assembly. The President have mentioned that Switzerland have joined the United Nations through referendum. He expressed his concerns over the violation of the international law and humanitarian rights, seeking special attention of the member states to resolve the issue. The United Nations organization recognizes the sensitivity of the presented topics for hearing, and member states further moderates the discussion for facilitating diplomatic and multilateral cooperation to ensure obedience of the inherited international law de facto. Sustainability, disaster resilience, shared cooperation, and partnership for economic and social development are the key ingredients of the conversation of most of the speakers to the House regarding peace, healthcare, disarmament, and cooperation for development. The core principle for conservation of democracy is the basic requisite for prosperity of humanitarian society, surviving peacefully. The President of the Switzerland referred about scientific diplomacy, which could ensure sustainable and conserved future for the world, where peace and security is accessible to all. In another presentation, President of Slovakia addressed to the Assembly, the President of the Slovakia condemned the armed conflict. She raised voice for increasing the participation of women in international institutions and advocated for supporting the weaker section to overcome the aggression by powerful. The woman representative of the United Arab Emirates, which will preside in June 2023, she referred to pay sincere cognizance to the need of the developing country. She advocated for obedience of international law to protect sovereignty and territorial integrity of the nation, and obedience of the protocols for moderation of the disputes through law enforcement agencies like International Court of Justice. The diplomatic solutions through dialogues should be available to the emerged challenges. The required resources should be offered to the country in need through financial institutions, and appropriate measures should be enforced to control probabilities and instances of armed conflict. She referred that active role of the United Nations is the need of the time to control terrorism through international cooperation. United Arab Emirates expresses concerns over the related consequences of the climate change and adoption of the resilient and the scientific solutions to the emerged energy needs and ensure climate change adaptation. She referred that global food supply should be ensured to avail safe environment for survival to the people on humanitarian background. The United Kingdom will preside the UN Security Council in July 2023. Prime Minister Liz Truss shared the concerns over emerging geopolitical challenges and called for consultation of global consensus for conservation of the freedom of the people and promotion of the culture of and promotion of the democracy, with a special reference to the increased application of the artificial intelligence. Humanitarian values should be given utmost priorities during law enforcement so that the humanitarian aspect of the process could be acknowledged. UK advocates for disarmaments and control of authoritarian aggression through international consensus consolidation. United Kingdom aspires to improve global partnership for development. United Kingdom advocates for decisive collaboration action to control armed conflicts and ensure required compensatory support for revival and recovery. United Kingdom expresses a strong trust in G7 and international institutions so that catastrophic and anthropogenic disasters could be mitigated properly, so that value and principles of partnership for development could be accomplished. United Kingdom strongly pushed for democracy and united efforts towards the peaceful world order. United States will preside the United Nations Security Council in August 2023. Observation on address to the United Nations 77th session UNGA by Iran. The representative promotes the ethical and spiritual values preached through Islamic religion for expressing the commitment of the nation to practice and promote peaceful and justful world order. He advocates for the culture of justice and unity, which could avail protection to the freedom and constitutional values which promotes human rights. He advocates for obedience of empathetic approach towards the suffering of the victims to assure accessibility of relief and protection by virtue of law for ensuring establishment of the justified settlements of the disputes. Iran advocates for obedience of multilateralism for conservation of humanitarian values. A strategic resolution to the issues of terrorism will bring solution. Iran condemns the military aggression on foreign territory and seeks attention from the international community to support Iran so that the freedom of the citizen could be ensured. Iran aspires to pursue development through technological integration in advanced scientific sectors such as biotechnology.